into another installment of the 94 podcast. I'm Brooke Edel, joined here with my co-host, Jim Bushy. How's it going, Jimbo?
I mean, it's going good. I'm counting down the days till I travel to Minnesota. First time going to the city, first time going to the Twin Cities. I'm excited. I'm excited to see you again, Brooke. I'm excited to hang out. I'm excited to go into a hockey game out there. I'm excited. Brooke, have I told you I'm excited?
I think you mentioned it once or twice. Jim, looking forward to having you in town and catching back up. A lot has happened from the last time that we crossed paths, almost a year apart. I think it was the NFL draft the last time we were actually in the same city, same state actually. But yeah, that's really cool. We were able to catch up, and I think it's going to be cool to kind of just see all the stories that we're able to catch up on, because there were some cool spots in Green Bay, and looking forward to showing you some cool spots out here in the Twin Cities, checking out some spots here in Brooklyn Park, places in St. Paul, all throughout Minneapolis, the northwest suburbs. It's going to be a good time. And hoping that it's better weather. It was kind of snowy to start today. I don't know what the weather is like in Green Bay right now. What's the current weather outlook for you?
It was rainy. We had like a couple storms come through overnight, but nothing too serious, so not a lot of snow.
Okay, not too bad. I mean, here, currently what we're looking at is like 31, so we're like 1 degree below, freezing. Or pretty much we're at 0 degree Celsius for all our Canadian viewers. But yeah, it looks like it is supposed to warm up quite a bit for next week. I'm hoping that it is going to be trending, but there's also a chance, it's March, Jim, that it could also be a snowstorm. That's Minnesota for you.
Great. I wonder what fall spring this is. Is it 2, 3, 4? How many more are we going to get? Who knows?
Right. This groundhog, I think, is definitely scamming all of us. I think it might be 6 more months of winter than 6 more weeks.
Agreed.
All right. We got a lot to talk about. I know World Baseball Classic, that just started this week. Friday for Team USA, they took on Brazil. We're also going to touch on some topics. We got Jason Tatum returning from his injury in the playoffs 10 months after Jason Tatum looked like he was potentially gone for the entire regular season, but he does make his return last night against the Dallas Mavericks. And what a way for Jason Tatum to make his return in the Garden in Boston. Did you catch a little bit of the highlights?
I caught a little bit. I didn't catch much. I was out at a hockey with my girl last night, but I caught a little highlights. He looked good. He looked good. I'm glad to see him back. No one roots for injuries. No one roots to have players sidelines. So it's good to see him back, and give him a couple of games. Maybe he'll get back to even top form. So just give him a couple of games.
I mean, in his first game back, that's remarkable to end up with a double-double. And his first bucket was a put-back dunk that just got the entire crowd, like, roaring at TD Garden.
The Garden was going nuts.
The Garden was going nuts, like they lost the khakis. It's a wicked loud place in Boston.
Made me want to pull a Yui over there. Actually, wanted me to bang a Yui over there to a khaki.
Right. You might run into Youkilis, Kevin Youkilis. Those are the chants. Those are the sounds of summer in Boston, right there for you.
Who's your poppy, man? Who's your poppy?
Is it the Yankees?
No, it's
no. I know it's you go with Big Papi. I got you.
Big Papi, love Big Papi. One of my
Big
favorite
Papi.
players ever.
Oh, one of the greatest Red Sox out there. I think he definitely belongs in that folklore of Boston great athletes, and I think
100%.
and Jason Tatum just took a step forward in being one of those all-time great Boston athletes.
If you had to do a mountain of I can't like Celtic players. I can't say Boston in general.
We can say Boston. We can do.
Well,
Obviously, you could start with the greatest Celtic of all time, Larry Bird,
Larry Bird, yeah.
or Bill
I say
Russell.
you wanna put-
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you say Celtics, Tatum's definitely on there. If you say Boston in general, I mean, I'm sorry, but you have Poppy, you have Bird, you have Bobby Orr, you have Brady, you have the four.
Ray Bork,
Ray Bork, you have Ted Williams.
Ted Williams. Right.
Have all these players. Tatum, he'd be like the sixth head you put on the Mount Rushmore, I think.
Okay.
But for basketball, he'd be on Mount Rushmore like four. Like he wouldn't be in line. He'd be on his face would be plastered there.
I'm making the argument that he took a step forward because of what happened this last week, making a miraculous comeback under a year. Jim, I think we need to notate that he has definitely took a step forward in that Boston conversation of like all-time greats in that city. It's a great sports city. No one's denying that. Yeah, obviously you got the Patriots greats and Tom Brady, like all the championships that they've won. And you could take a look at the Celtics with Bill Russell, really setting the standard for Larry Bird to follow in his footsteps. And, the freaking NBA Finals MVP trophy is named after Bill Russell's. Like, if that lets you know who's the all-time Celtic, it's Bill Russell. And it is cool to see Larry Bird took that torch, and he was the all-time great as well in his era. And you got to see the Kevin McHale's, and then that shifted into the Paul Pierce's. More recently, with those championships, the Kevin Garnett's, and then now you see Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, but more Jason Tatum, I feel, because of just the overall story behind it. Because you've seen the Red Sox miracle with the bloody sock with Curt Schilling. Like, though that is a big deal with Beantown sports. You need a story with these athletes, with these legends, with these. It's the overall like storytelling about these legends.
Oh, of course, and it's just like being from the area. I can be like, yeah, I'm not a Bruins fan, but just coming up like Patriots, they suck. Then you have like Drew Bledsoe come in, and then all of a sudden this rookie phenomenal. Where's number 12? I guess he was good enough. He comes in and leads the Patriots to six Super Bowls, and getting his 7th in Tampa Bay.
And it just started with one injury to a quarterback, Drew Bledsoe, right? Yeah. Against the Jets, right. And
no, it was in the Super Bowl. Yeah, it was Super Bowl.
I'm talking about where Brady, his legend, started. Because it started, I think it was a regular season game. Like Bledsoe had, he was named the starter at that point, and then he gets knocked out, and then Brady, he steps in, and he was the starter to that point. But then I know he missed a part of that. I think that AFC Championship game, Drew Bledsoe was quarterbacking for the Patriots before the first Super Bowl.
No, I think it was when they played the Rams that Bledsoe got knocked out of the game, and Brady went in, and then he stepped up and won the game.
No, Brady started that Super Bowl.
No, he didn't.
Yes, he did.
God.
I put it on the record. But Drew Bledsoe started he played in the AFC Championship game. He played a critical part in that AFC Championship win. But I know we can go on and on. We can argue that. But I want to stay on topic with Tatum, because I know you're saying that it was Brady, but Brady started that Super Bowl.
You were right. Okay. Damn it. I'm going to take a lap now.
All good. We need you back. We need you back, Jeff. You did your lap. You did your lap. But with Tatum out 10 months with the torn Achilles, that is amazing. Like that's unheard of, really. And more credit to the Boston Celtics being able to really trust their star in Jason Tatum to make that call. And he was saying this too when he was on the doctor's table. He's like, "Hey, I want to come back and just be a role player. Like I want to be the star that I am. I want to be able to produce at a high level." And the Celtics right now are competing for a top spot in the Eastern Conference. I know that that gives us a perfect transition into the current conversation here to take a look at the playoff picture, because guess what? We're about 19 games away from the playoffs. That's about we're literally under a month from playoff basketball, playoff hockey. And we'll talk hockey trades as well, because there was a lot of big hockey trades that did go down. But real quick, in the NBA, we're talking about the Celtics. The Celtics currently are number 2 in the East, behind the number 1 team in the East, which is the Detroit Pistons. What a turnaround for the Detroit Pistons, though. We definitely got to notate that. They're number 1 with a record of 45-16. Celtics closely behind at 42-21. Then it goes Knicks. Then it goes Cleveland with the new addition of James Harden teaming up with Donovan Mitchell. And then you got the Raptors, Sixers, and then the play-in seed, which is undecided. We still got the play-in tournament coming up. But then let's flip on to the Western Conference side. We'll take a look at the playoff picture there. Number 1 seed and number 1 team in the West actually took over Detroit for the best record recently. The Oklahoma City Thunder, the defending NBA champs. They're number 1, followed very closely by the San Antonio Spurs with Victor Wembanyama. I'll pause there real quick. Victor Wembanyama, like, this is his 3rd season, I believe. This is his 3rd season, and they're looking. He's been injured. He's been injured because I think he had his rookie year. He was able to play majority of the games his rookie year. Last year, he missed like a good chunk of the season with, I think it was like a blood clot. He had a blood clot that they had to kind of shut him down, like, I think right at the All-Star break. He didn't even play in the All-Star game. And then this year, he's been in and out of the lineup, but he has been dominant when he's played for the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay, I mean, yeah, he has. I mean, take a team that was nothing, and bringing them to the playoffs and making them like fighting for the number 1 overall. I think that's what you want in a first overall, like someone who can help lead the team get it. Like, I'll use an example, Cooper Flagg, because he's the latest one.
Yep.
Cooper Flagg, his breakout year, so that's what you want in a rookie. He's helping the Dallas look good. They're winning games from what I saw. I just got to double check my side.
I think they're like 21. They got 21 wins, I think. 40 losses. It's a rookie campaign.
It's his rookie campaign.
Yeah.
But he's too out for a playing game. The Dallas.
Okay, so Dallas is 2 spots out from a play-in game. I'm confirming that right now because they're the 12th seed right now. They're behind Memphis, and they're chasing the Portland Trail Blazers right now. The Portland Trail Blazers are the final team in the play-in with a record of 30-34. So for Dallas to qualify, they would need to make up a significant amount of games. I think they're about 7.5 games. They're about 7.5 games out.
Left.
There's still games left. I'll give you that. There's still games left. There's low expectations. Let's say that on Dallas the rest of the way.
Yeah, but this like looking at the standings, how teams can go under 500 and make the playing games is ridiculous. Like I understand football, it's the division, blah blah blah. Like no, these are not winning divisions. These are just teams who are sub 500 getting a chance to play in the playoffs. What
Right.
the heck?
This is the format that Adam Silver indoctrinated, and also to give teams more of an incentive not to tank. That hey, normally it was just the top 8, and too bad, so sad if you were 9 and 10. You didn't even get any shot at competing for those final 2 spots. Now that there's a play-in tournament, I think there's some more excitement for the fans that are looking for their team to make it into the playoffs. When you're looking at a Portland Trailblazers fan base, they want to make the playoffs. They've had enough losing seasons to count, and knowing that they had a rough start to the season with their head coach Chauncey Billups being caught up in the betting allegations, and he has been suspended. He's no longer coaching them right now, but they're off to this 30-34 start with about like the last 19, 18 games left on the schedule. You got teams like the LA Clippers where we don't know if they're up or down because they were really at the bottom of the conference, and then they went on a hot stretch in February. They were one of the hottest teams heading into the All-Star break. They've kind of cooled down since. They're going to be a team to definitely watch to see what happens in that play-in tournament. Golden State Warriors, we don't know. They got Steph Curry injured, banged up, so we don't know if they're going to be the same team until he returns. He's the key to that engine. Yeah.
I say this, like, you want to stop tanking. Well, if your team's 9, 10, and maybe 11, and you are in, like, that 10, like, that 7 to 8, maybe 10 game out range, you're not tanking because you still have that shot. It's the teams after that you have a problem with tanking. And, like, once you hit, like, a double digits or above, that's the problem. But, like, you're 7 games out of playoffs. I mean, yeah, but, like, do you really want to be like, yeah, we only got in because of the play-in game. We didn't really earn it. Like, we made this far because of playing games and we got hot at the right time. What does that mean for the season? This literally means that, like, oh, we could try just enough to get in to hopefully get hot at the right time. Like, it's I don't know. I have a problem with it. I think 1 through 8 should get in. I think the best of the best get in because it feels like you're watering down the playoffs. Like, because more teams are now in. Oh, hey, more teams are in now with the playoffs. Oh, look. Now the product's going to get lower and lower and lower because teams have to play more games. Now they're going to get tired at the end. I mean, yeah, the incentive is to get in the top 6. You don't have to play those playing games.
Right, you get the rest. You get to avoid the play-in. I feel like the play-in is a punishment for the teams that end up at 7 and 8, but it's a reward for the teams at 9 and 10 because their season in other format would be done. It would be over. But like 7 and 8, it's more like, hey, you want to push into that top 6 because 7 and 8, there's no guarantee you're actually make the playoffs. You still got to win that round robin.
But even though just because you win the round robin, I mean, we've had this argument before.
Yeah.
Rest versus rust. And if you get hot in that playing game, you could take on the I'm using an example. Timberwolves. They'll get the rest. You could take them on, and they're going to be struggling at the gate unless they're practicing, playing every single day. But there's only so much you can do. But like, if the team gets hot in these playing games, yeah, they could take on a Timberwolves, a Spurs, a Thunder, and drive them to Game 7. Like, oh, you should have swept them. Now you're playing 7 games. So that's another thing I don't like about it. It's just like MLB. Only the top seed gets a bye now. Everyone
Okay.
else plays in.
Yeah.
It's
So they're
just
doing
it's just
kind of like what the NFL does with just the top seed only gets
yeah.
the bye, right? So
I don't want to.
they've
I was gonna
switched
say
that okay, so that's the new switch for this season's postseason, because I know that they did the wild card, and then there was teams that won their division, they would get that automatic bye. Now are they forcing those teams to actually play in the wild card? Because that would defeat the purpose of the expansion of the wild card. Because I know baseball season is just right around the corner. And we're going to talk
yeah.
about World Baseball Classic because that just started. But let's stay on the NBA real quick here. Let's just
Yeah.
do a quick circle back to the play-in. So right now, as the schedule would allow for the play-in, it would be Phoenix. They would take on Golden State. So that would be for the number 7 seed. So Phoenix and Golden State, they would play each other. Oh, or no, check that. It would be Phoenix would play Portland, and then it would be Golden State and LA. So Phoenix would draw Portland. They would be, if they beat Portland, Phoenix would be guaranteed the 7th seed. And the Warriors, they would play the Clippers. Let's say the Warriors get upset by the Clippers. Clippers, they would move past the Warriors, and then I think it would be, yeah, I think that basically what it would come down to is just basically that round robin where teams that are at the 7 seed, so like it would be Phoenix and Golden State, then Golden State would get a second opportunity after, scratch all that. It would be Blazers and Clippers. This is it. Blazers and Clippers, they would play each other. The winner of that game would get to play the loser of Phoenix and Golden State. And then it would be a double elimination for the teams 7 and 8. So it's not a perfect science by any stretch of the imagination, but at least it gives those teams, those fan bases that haven't tasted the playoffs, at least a little bit of that excitement, that buzz. Like for example, like the Charlotte Bobcats, the Charlotte Hornets. Like that's how long it's been since they've been in the playoffs. Like in that conversation, maybe back in like 2021, they might have been in conversations, but the Charlotte Hornets are now actually being considered for playoff contention after so many years of just mediocrity and being a non-factor. They're currently playing 500 basketball, Jim, so they do meet your criteria. They're at least 500, and they have won. They won 7 of the last 10, and they do have a really strong record on the road. They've won 16 of their last 20 games on the road, which is one of the best marks in the NBA. And the Atlanta Hawks, that's another team that's coming on strong after they made the trades that they made. Jonathan Kuminga has been playing really well for the Atlanta Hawks. They just have a solid young core in Atlanta. And I know that the Minnesota Timberwolves, we were talking about that with Anthony Edwards. They were kind of leaning into like, hey, is Anthony Edwards going to go to Atlanta? But I think that's a little too premature of a conversation right now. I mean, Atlanta's just barely in the play-in right now. Yeah. But Atlanta's definitely turned the corner. They got some young stars with, like I mentioned, Jonathan Kuminga. They also picked up Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Another reason why they're saying that he would go there is, he's familiar with, Nickeil Alexander-Walker. Also, great stars that are kind of also getting together at the right time. I think with they made a trade. Yeah, they made a trade for Trae Young, and yeah, they're looking good. Yeah.
All right, let me make a counterpoint to that. Because you brought up the Charlotte Hornets, you brought up the Atlanta Hawks. Now, they've been mediocre, they haven't been good, they haven't done anything. Well, isn't that how every team that's struggling, you go through years of adversity, you go through years of mediocrity, you start drafting, you get your prospects, you get everything going, then you slowly move up. Now there's hope. Okay, I'll use the Hawks. We're right there. We need 2 wins, we could get in, and we're guaranteed in. None of this. Yay, we're in this playing game for a chance to get in the playoffs. But it's just stupid in my mind, and it makes stupid sense that you're as a fan base you want to see them. Nothing against the fan bases. It's great to see them play, but it's more exciting. And you might say to see your team turn it around. You've been in the basement. Okay, you get 2, 3 prospects. Now you're climbing up, climb. Okay, now we're at the playoffs. Okay, I can see where we're going now. Let's do this. Let's win. And I think that just gets you more excited and to have an excited season ending, at least, in my opinion.
Yeah, I get that argument, but again, I see the prospects of the play-in, and I do stand by it. It does bring more excitement to the fan bases because there's fan bases like Milwaukee where do we know that they're going to make the playoffs? I mean, they got Giannis back, but they're still 11. Chicago is definitely sold out for this season where they didn't win a game in February, so we know they're done. But Milwaukee, they're kind of a probable. We don't know. They're questionable. They're a bubble team right now. But for Charlotte, it means the world. They haven't touched or sniffed the playoffs in so long.
I know.
But Atlanta's right there too because they've made the moves that I feel like their GM, because I know that they let go of their GM Landry Fields at the beginning of the season. So I think their GM is definitely looking really good right now because all the trades that he's made, he shipped out Trae Young, but he was able to get Jonathan Kuminga to get matched up with Jalen Johnson. And the Hawks are looking like a young, spry team for the future. The Orlando Magic, who will be taking on the Minnesota Timberwolves later on this afternoon, and they're on a winning streak. They're kind of just telling these Charlotte Hornets, almost said the Bobcats again, the Charlotte Hornets and the Atlanta Hawks, they're like, get back. Hey, they're nipping at their heels. That's exciting, Jim. That has to be exciting to these fans because Miami and Orlando, they're trying to stay in the playoff race. And I know those 2 cities, they support their teams.
I'm not going to sit here and beat a dead horse. It's the same thing over and over again. I'm going to say this. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for playoffs. I think it's stupid, but I'm just an idiot who likes to ramble a lot.
Everybody has their opinion. We welcome that.
I know, and I'm not the biggest basketball guy, so I could be completely wrong, speaking nonsense. So I'll say my piece. I kicked the horse enough.
Okay.
Kicked it. It's dead. My foot's now going into the horse. It's so many times. But before we get off the basketball talk,
sure.
You were looking at the standings. What a fall from grace for Indiana Pacers fans. Last year, you go to the finals, you take it to Game 7. Yeah, I know you don't have Halliburton anymore.
Yeah, no Tyrese Halliburton, right.
But, you think that they would, still be in contention. They're last in the East. I think they're the worst.
Last, right.
They're the second worst team in the league.
On a current 8-game losing streak, right? They're the second worst team in the league. That's a great shout out, Jim. They're second to only the Sacramento Kings. And this could be a case where the Indiana Pacers just have the down year. They lost their star in the NBA Finals, Game 7. Just an awful situation. But the Indiana Pacers, we thought they were going to at least keep it together, the first half of the season, but the bottom has definitely fallen out on the Pacers, and they've failed to keep pace with the rest of the Eastern Conference, falling behind Brooklyn, Washington, Chicago, and Milwaukee, currently dead last in the East. And I really like their head coach. I think it's just a tough year for that entire organization. Hitting the restart button, again, it's going to be a great draft class. So there's a silver lining there for the Indiana Pacers. We don't know if they'll end up with A.J. DeBonste. A.J. DeBonste is also talking about graduating because his mom wants him to graduate from BYU. I think there might be an opportunity for him to come back for one more year at BYU, but for the NBA as a business, I don't think it makes too much sense for him to stay the 4 years. Because as a business decision, it wouldn't make the best decision to stay in college for the entire 4 years. Because you rarely see that anymore. I mean, you see a hand-selected few, like, 4-year players where they graduate. I mean, obviously, it was senior night last week at Storrs for UConn with Alex Karaban, but that is not the normal story for a lot of these college athletes, especially, these studs that are coming out directly for an NBA lottery pick. And with Indiana, Sacramento, and those were the two teams that a lot of people were looking at as like maybe benefiting the most on having a down year, because it is going to be what a lot of people are expecting. This is going to be probably one of the deepest drafts in the NBA since 2003. And we know who started in 2003, none other than LeBron James. And then we had Dwayne Wade, Carmelo Anthony. The list goes on and on in regards to, that was a stacked, you had Chris Bosh, like it was just a stacked NBA draft talent pool. But to get back to the point, before we shift gears here, the entire playoff play-in, we're done talking about that. But looking at just like the teams that are getting set up for a long run right now, you got to look at Oklahoma City Thunder, you got to look at the San Antonio Spurs, and you got to look at the Minnesota Timberwolves. Those three teams are playing probably the best basketball right now. I would say Timberwolves number one right now because they got a 5-game winning streak, and Anthony Edwards is in rare form right now. I think he's in MVP form. I know he won the All-Star MVP, but I think he does garner more consideration for league MVP at this time. I know the wins are accumulating with the 5-game winning streak, and he did mention that we did talk about this, them going 25-0. They've only dropped one, so they're 6-1 post-break. So they get an opportunity to close the. I believe they get Orlando, but they get an opportunity to really close in on both Oklahoma City and San Antonio with a couple games coming up. You got LA for the Minnesota Timberwolves, so definitely want to see if they can beat up on old man LeBron James. LeBron James broke another record. I mean, every time I turn on SportsCenter, there's another record that he breaks. But what do you expect? The man's 40 years old, playing, at crazy levels at 40. But again, we don't know what we're going to get with the Lakers. Lakers are a Jekyll and Hyde. You got the Clippers. We talked about the Clippers, another team that's going to be a play-in destination, more than likely. And then, again, you get Golden State, another team in the Western Conference that is going to be deadly. As long as they have Steph Curry on roster, they still have a shot. And then this will be the game to definitely take a look at, Jim. I know it'll be next weekend, but it'll be Minnesota and OKC on March 15th. So that'll be next Sunday. That's definitely a must-watch. We gotta find a spot to watch that game.
Oh, definitely. We got to find a spot to watch that, man. I mean, it's gonna be a fun time to watch. We'll definitely get on that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, but that's just a quick look at the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games for if they can in that span, if they can go 8-2, I think the Wolves are definitely going to be in a good spot, especially in the games against Oklahoma City, and definitely want to see how they're able to go on the road against the Lakers. But enough about the Timberwolves. They're third in the West. We'll see where they will be the next time we do get back on the 94 podcast. We'll definitely keep an eye on how the Wolves are moving in the Western Conference Finals, or if they're able to make it to the third Western Conference Finals. Let's shift gears though. When we've talked a lot about basketball. I know that we did talk a lot of college basketball last week, but before we talk college basketball, I want to talk World Baseball Classic with you. Grand Slam, and we saw a lot of home runs. We saw home run jackets, all the celebrations. Like, I don't know if you saw some of the celebrations that were going on, but it was amazing.
I saw some, but at the end of the day, I'm just glad that they are allowing the players to express themselves and have fun. I mean, yeah, diehards be like, no, they shouldn't do this, but it shows personality. Now, when it gets to the younger levels, that's when I have a problem because you're not there yet. I understand you want to imitate and everything, but having them have fun, that's really what it's all about. And I'm glad to see everyone's having fun. I'm glad to see all the all teams having all the home runs, all the dingers. It's gonna be a fun one. It's gonna be a fun classic to watch.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, it started off on Friday for the pool play. Venezuela was able to take down Netherlands 6-2 in pool play. Great Britain lost to Mexico 8-2 in their first pool play. And then pool play for Puerto Rico and Colombia. Puerto Rico was able to shut out Colombia 5-0 or 5-0. Classic pool play for the Dominican Republic. They look like one of the teams that's going to be a tough out. They put up a 12 spot against Nicaragua, 12-3. And that's where I was talking about there was a home run jacket and all the shimmying, all that. It was Big Papi would have had a big smile on his face.
Oh, yeah.
The Dominican Republic came to rake to start the World Baseball Classic. So did Team USA. Team USA squeaked by, right? 15-5. That was a great showing, though, in Space City in Houston. Just a launch pad for all the home runs that we got to see with Team USA. They took care of Brazil. You got to see Aaron Judge hit a home run. And Brazil has a phenom, a 17-year-old named Joseph Contreras. He's going to be a name to definitely watch. Son of former White Sox pitcher Jose Contreras. He did win a World Series with the White Sox. So, yeah, that's a name to definitely pay attention to, continuing in the World Baseball Classic and beyond. 14-0, was that, I think that was Chinese Taipei?
Chinese Taipei?
Yep, Chinese Taipei, 14-0 over Czechoslovakia. So that was the mercy rule. Like they were just like, all right, this one's over. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and then there's action today as well. For Saturday, they got pool play Canada and Colombia. Currently, Canada's up. I think they're on FS2 right now. It's 4-2, Canada, and then they also have Netherlands and Nicaragua tied at 1-1. I believe the bases are loaded at the moment. Take a quick gander here to see this is bases loaded. I think it is who who is at the play? I think it's Nicaragua. Nicaragua is looking to break this 1-1 tie at the top of the fifth. And then you got Brazil and Italy. That just started. That's bottom of the second. But what a game to definitely tune into later today. Puerto Rico and Panama. That will be a good one. That will be a good one. That will definitely be a good one. And then later tonight, you got Israel and Venezuela. And then Great Britain. Yep. Great Britain and USA. And then the nightcap will be Chinese Taipei in Korea. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So, lot of great matchups. Japan won already in their first pool play, 8-6 against Korea. Just a great start. That was a close game. Seiya Suzuki, he launched a home run, I think, in the third inning. There was a lot of runs being scored early in those games.
Yeah.
High-powered offenses. But Japan is in action tomorrow. It'll be a bright and early start. They will be taking on the Aussies. Oi, oi, oi! So that'll be a good game. And then also Colombia and Cuba, or Cuba. And then you got Netherlands and Dominican Republic. So a lot of games to look forward to. You got Team USA later today as well. Any games that you're going to be definitely tuning into? Or I know Dominican and I think Panama. I think that's going to be a good one.
That's definitely be a good one. I would definitely watch that one. Here we are. Panama, Puerto Rico is going to be a good one. I think.
Oh, Panama, Puerto Rico. That's what it was. Yeah, Panama, Puerto Rico.
And then Korea versus Chinese Taipei. I think that'll be another must-watch game. Tomorrow, though, Australia, Japan. That's gonna be a fun one. I might get up early to watch that one.
That would be a fun one. Yeah.
Brazil, Mexico. That should be a fun one too. That's the nightcap.
That's
Houston,
the nightcap.
And then
Houston. Okay.
Monday at 7 p.m. Mexico versus the USA. That is the game to watch.
Wow, that's the game to watch. Spot on. That's the game to watch. Mexico versus USA. That's in Houston, right?
Yes.
Oh, what are the tickets looking like? I think tickets would be crazy. And I think nothing south of I think nothing south of 300 for tickets, right?
No, nothing at all.
Yeah. We're gonna take a quick look at those tickets because I think that would definitely be one of those cool games to just at least track where those tickets are going. Yeah, right now it's USA versus Britain tonight is going for 17 plus.
17 plus?
Yeah, not bad.
No way it goes. No way that game doesn't go. U.S. Mexico doesn't go sub 3,000 or sub 2,000.
Oh wow. Let's see. I'm pulling up the tickets. Wow, these are actually favorable. There's outfield tickets for $300. The cheapest ticket that I saw was for $126, and you would be sitting in view deck, so you'd be behind home plate. You would be on the third baseline. You'd be row 6. And you not too bad. I mean, like you would be able to at least get 2 seats together too if you were looking to get more than one ticket. But yeah, 126, not terrible. But again, that's definitely going to be a little bit higher than the $17 for tonight's game against USA and Great Britain, right?
I mean, hey, if you want to go to the Brazil Great Britain game, you could go in for as low as $10.
$10. Wow. Okay.
You can sit in the left field wall for $13.
Okay.
And this is all. I'm looking at Ticketmaster. So
you're looking at Ticketmaster. Okay. I'm looking at Game Time. Those are the just authorized ticket marketplace of the MLB. I guess that Ticketmaster is just what you said. $13, $10. Those are not bad.
No.
You can go to Brazil and Italy. This is the lowest one, $3.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, all right. So the great start for the World Baseball Classic. Currently, let's just take a look at the stats. Shohei Ohtani is leading all the stats. He's already at 2 home runs, 6 RBIs, 2 walks, 0 strikeouts. He's got 5 hits in 6 plate appearances. And guess what? He's also pitching. He's not only just hitting, he's pitching too. Does this end the conversation? I think Shohei Ohtani already has 2 World Series rings in the last 2 years with the Dodgers going back to back. And do we already have him in that conversation? Because I think he's on his way, if not already in that conversation, as being an icon to the sport, as Babe Ruth,
Oh, 100%.
as Hank Aaron, as Derek Jeter, Ted Williams, and you got to put Shohei Ohtani right up into that conversation.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. One of the first players to do both. Well, not one of the first, excuse me. One of the first two-way players to pitch and do everything. Like,
in the modern era.
In the modern era, yeah, he's in there. Always. Like, there's no other way to say it, but he's in there.
Yeah, he's absolutely in there, because that is just, we're witnessing greatness in Shohei Ohtani. That's the World Baseball Classic. What a great name, though, by Nacho Alvarez for Team Mexico. You got Shea Whitcomb with Korea, Seiya Suzuki, Lucas Ramirez, just off to a great start for Team Brazil, and also Jonathan Aranda with Team Mexico, Travis Bazana with Team Australia. Oi, 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 where's my Aussies at? You also got Owen Cassee with Team Canada, and this is who I saw hit the home run and get the home run jacket. It was Junior Caminero, and he was doing the shimmying. You could do if this is baseball, like MLB baseball, I think he was gonna get one in the ear after because of all the dancing. But I think he gets a pass because it's the excitement playing for your country with your fellow countrymen. I think you get a pass there.
100%.
But I'm sure Nicaragua fans watching it, they were hot. They were hot because that was a lot of. He was definitely pimping the home run trot. He was definitely he made sure to touch third base. I don't know if you saw it, but it's entertainment for anybody else that's just watching the game. But yeah, just an overall great start to the World Baseball Classic. Just awesome to really see the world really coming back together. We need this. I think this is really great timing for the World Baseball Classic. You got great pitching with Logan Webb. He was able to go 1-0 against Team Brazil. We'll see how the rest of the Team USA rotation looks like. I'm looking at all the leaders right now. I think Hiromi Atoa, I think with Japan, but he had 6 strikeouts. But let's see, I think he also had he had 2 earned runs, so he has an ERA of 6. But it's so early. But right now, you got to look at the Dominican Republic, Team Mexico, Team Australia, also Puerto Rico, Cuba, Australia, Korea, Venezuela, and Japan as teams to definitely look at. I mean, obviously, Team USA is in that conversation. Team Japan obviously goes without saying. Chinese to pay. Those are all the teams that started 1-0 for the World Baseball Classic. But again, teams like Canada, they could be sneaky good. Venezuela, sneaky good. Just because they got off to a rough start doesn't mean that they're not going to be able to turn it up in past the pool play, or if they get through the pool play with a couple of results coming up. But wanted to shift gears here, but any last notes that you wanted to bring up with World Baseball Classic that you were able to enjoy?
Not much, man. I'm just glad to see there's more than just basketball, more than sports are starting up again. We're going to a point where there's options for everyone, and it's amazing. I'm excited. We're entering the best time with playoff basketball, playoff hockey, and then we're also entering the beginning of baseball. So I'm pumped.
Absolutely. College basketball, you're right. Like the March Madness or March Madness or March Sadness, however some people want to look at it. Like some teams are getting eliminated. Some teams are punching in their ticket to the big dance. But we know one thing for sure. We love rivalries. We get Duke versus North Carolina. That's going to be a big-time game coming up. Unfortunately, we're not going to get Caleb Wilson for North Carolina in this game, but we get to see the star in Cameron Boozer for Duke take on UNC, and they call it Krzyzewskiville. That's where all these Duke Blue Devil students that are going to be future doctors and lawyers. They spend weeks on end in these tents, and they're doing trivia. They're doing Duke team trivia, and also Duke UNC rivalry trivia from the 90s. So literally 30 plus, we're talking about something 35 plus years in the past that they're doing these trivia questions to get tickets and access to tickets. Just tell them that this doesn't matter, but this is college basketball at its greatest.
It's the best. They have Marquette versus UConn on it's in the station.
UConn in Marquette, yep, nice.
And I think UConn needs to win this game because if they do, they share the number one overall in the Big East.
Oh, the Big East, yep.
I mean, right now they're ranked number 4, so they're going to be in the tourney. But it's just that time of year where it's all coming together. 8 more days till Selection Sunday, though. 8 more days.
8 more days. 8 more days. 8 more days. We're almost there. Come on now. And that's just like that first milestone. Once you know your matchup, you know where you're going to be going for your first regional, and then you know where you'll be going for, once you advance to the Sweet 16, what city you're going to be coordinating that, and then the road leads to Indianapolis for the Final Four.
Yep. I mean, I'm only 6 hours away. I mean,
road trip time?
Road trip.
Right. We will have to discuss that. We'll have to discuss that when you're in town more, for sure.
Sounds good.
Okay, NFL moves real quick. Let's shift from basketball. Let's pivot to the NFL. The NFL moves, big trades. DJ Moore got traded from the Buffalo Bills. Yeah, that was a big surprise. I didn't expect DJ Moore, especially with the chemistry that he was able to build with Caleb Williams. I know there was not that much chemistry on that interception that ended the Bears' season, but that is going to be something to watch for Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, because now they get Joe Brady, and Joe Brady was the offensive coordinator for DJ Moore during his rookie season. We'll see if they keep Curtis Samuel, because he was also with DJ Moore, part of the wide receiver core with Buffalo, and Buffalo's looking to make those additions. The Chicago Bears also made a trade. They brought back Garrett Bradbury, played for the New England Patriots in the Super Bowl. Former Minnesota Viking, back into the NFC North. We'll see how that shakes out, but the Bears had to do that because their 27-year-old center decided to hang it up. He said, hey, my playing days are over. And the Bears were in hopes to get Max Crosby, but they didn't win those sweepstakes. Who won the sweepstakes, Jim?
Baltimore Ravens.
Yup, Baltimore Ravens. What a sick, nasty front line that they will have. The front seven for the Baltimore Ravens is going to be vicious. Joe Burrow, Godspeed. You get to play T.J. Watt. You get to play Myles Garrett. And now you get to play Max Crosby, a total of 6 games total against those all-pro pass rushers. That's going to be a long season for Joe Burrow if they don't get those offensive line issues fixed.
Yeah, so long.
That's rough. But real quick, what's the impact of Max Crosby, and what do you really think Baltimore's chances are after getting a superstar for 2 first-round draft picks?
I mean, it's simple. It's going to be, it's just going to be great for them. I think their defense is going to stack up more. I think they're definitely going to be more of a threat now in that AFC North division.
Absolutely. Yeah, they're going to be a threat. No question, especially with Jesse Minter taking over as the new head coach, defensive-minded head coach. Really big move for Baltimore. Really a signature move just to start off the regime in Baltimore. Real quick, you said that you had some news about Green Bay Packer.
So Rasheed Gary, he is one of the defensive tackles for the Green Bay Packers.
Yes.
And this happened yesterday. So this is the reason why I'm able to do it is because just because. But he put out an Instagram post saying that like, goodbye Green Bay, thanks for everything. And he took it down, claiming his thing was hacked because nothing was released yet. And he's claiming it was hacked, but everyone in the newsroom, especially in sports, say he's going to be gone anyways because of the cap situation that they're in.
Mm-hmm. So he sent out like a premature social media post before things were finalized, before the team had made it official. Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. I got a story for you. Real quick. We got about like 2 minutes, less than 2 minutes now. Just imagine this. You get to play your rival in the final game of the regular season. Let me set the stage. It's Ohio versus Miami of Ohio.
Oh.
The Miami, Ohio Redhawks are looking to go 31-0. They're on the road against the Ohio Bobcats. They take care of that 31-0 record. They win, and guess what? The Redhawks do. What?
No, what were you saying? Sorry.
No, the Redhawks, they get the win. They get to celebrate on their biggest rival's court, and they send a big FU to the student section. Just FU, and you can insert female dog, FU, female dog, like all that. Like, they wanted all the smoke, and they got it.
Oh, yeah.
But what a way for Miami, Ohio to, like, the exclamation point on their season. Their recruiting numbers are going to be crazy after that. To go 31-0, that's a great season by that team. They're going to be fun to watch in the tournament. But quick wrap here. We got about like 20 seconds left. Flex on them. Excited to continue doing the podcast with you. Looking forward to having you in person. But hey,
yeah.
Yes, sir. Until next time, we'll see you at the TOP. And we're out.